Welcome to paradise. A gunshot rings out at the station. Another urchin snaps and left dead on his own. It makes me wonder why I'm still here. For some strange reason it's now feeling like my home, and I'm never gonna go. Pay attention to the night streets and the broken homes. Some call it some call it nights. I wanna take her through a wasteland I'd like to call my own. Welcome to paradise. Welcome to paradise.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next edition of Smell the Glove. Live with me tonight is Rev. Say hello, Rev.
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy, hoy. And Chrissy, fresh off his latest appearance yesterday, playing the Rebs until almost probably, it felt like midnight for you last night. Chrissy boy, how are you?
I'm good. Hello.
I'm good.
It wasn't midnight, though. It was like I shut it down at like 9 something.
At like 9 something? That's late,
yeah.
Man. You started, what time you start on your show?
5.
5.
You know, three and a half, 4 hours of Rebs and whatever else I can figure out to play.
All right. So we have a little loud here. So let me go ahead and lower this. Let's see if that works a little bit better. We'll just lower this down a little bit. So let's see. Today we have a little bit of. I would say we have been on the show since before Motherwell. So what's interesting about all this is today's title of Ahead of Schedule. I still believe that we're ahead of schedule, and looking at what we've got going on with what happened at Motherwell, it's a great way to start the conversation today, don't you think? I mean, a nice 4-3 win away. Rev, what do you think? You watched that one, didn't you? Or
no, I didn't.
You were in the cone?
Yeah, I was in the sleepy cone.
The sleep. The 7 a.m. sleepy cone?
I was out, we were doing a kind of benefit show. A friend of mine, she's going back and forth with breast cancer, and we were doing a benefit show for her the night before at the Scots Club, actually. So we were out till we didn't get home till like 4:30 in the morning. So yeah, I got home and just like, there's no way I'm getting up for it. So I think I finally got to like 11. I saw the score and everything. I was like, man, I'm all the change for this and get up late for it.
You saw the goals, did you, afterwards?
Oh yeah.
And what'd you think of how'd that go for you?
Oh no, Roger just came up clutch. Like that's coming back from being down 2-0 at the half, and then the bit of back and forth. Motherwell scoring again, and then Roger scoring the goal with the 89th minute. Like that's the one game that looked like we were going to lose so far this year. That looked like this was going to be the one. I mean, there still may be another one, but the one that this so far this year, and it's like nope, not going to happen.
Chris, what do you think of Motherwell?
I mean, first half was absolute garbage. I mean, we weren't passing the ball correctly. I mean, everything was slack. Quite honestly, they didn't really look up for it. I mean, they just looked like they were going through the motions, and then whatever Brendan told them at halftime. I mean, they came back out, and I mean, it was a complete 180 on the match, and I mean, they come back and they were incredible. I mean, that's the best way you can say it is, you're not going to go into every match when winning 3-0 or 4-0 or whatever, and they had some things happen, and they came back and corrected them, and just like Rev said, Rogic is clutch. I mean, he's exceeding expectations, I think.
I think so. I think he is. That's a true story. In fact, the last two matches, 90 minutes, the last two matches for him, so not that bad, to be honest with you, on the grand scheme of things. The 4 goals, I'm going to list the 4 goals out, only the goal scorers, only for a specific reason. McGregor, Roberts, Armstrong, and Rogic were our goal scorers. And then we go to, obviously, Rogic 90 minutes, winner at the end. We could laugh at Mark McGee and hit the whole Chris Davies thing. I really couldn't care less whether or not they argue or don't argue. It's all bullshit to me. 1-1 draw to City. What do you, Chris? What do you think is the? I don't know. How can I put this? What do you think is the biggest component to what happened away at Manchester City? What were you most proud of watching that 1-1 match?
Well, I think the first thing is the Celtic support. I think that was the most noise that I've ever heard at Manchester City ever, and it was all from the Celtic support. So hats off to everyone who went there for that. But on the field, it seems like there's an internal fire within everybody at the club at the moment, where every single performance is they're giving 150%, and would we have gotten a 1-1 draw last year under Ronnie? No.
Ooh,
so again,
you had to bring up the R word.
I did, but I mean,
I was having a good time. I was having a good day. I was having a good day. Didn't have to bring up Ronnie.
Tell me I'm wrong, though.
The last thing I'm going to do is tell you that you're wrong, because you brought him up. Okay, so I wasn't going to bring this up, because I know if I brought it up, I'd probably get a tweet from the 90 Minutes In guys, bitching about Ronnie. I should draw, or Paul's going to yell at me because I should just drop it. Or if I brought up Stokes again, oh, sorry, I had to do that one more time. Get that? No, but it's funny because I mean he was the mainstream media drug him up, and all of a sudden, they're talking about him and what his undoing was, and away to the loss to Malmo in the Champions League was his undoing. No, it was the fact that you fucking played everyone out of position. You fucking idiot. That was the biggest piece. I mean, we can go on and on. I mean, Ronnie in and of Ronnie in and of itself. That was, him just saying, oh, by the way. The board told me I would be the manager for years. Okay, just fucking don't go away, Matt. Just go away. Just whenever you get an interview request from Scotland, just shut up and just say no. I'm really good where I am at Valerenga or whatever. Because this team would have lost at Motherwell. They would have lost that game to Motherwell. They would have gotten drubbed by City, and God knows whatever else would have happened the entire fucking time. So. And the sad part is, they're all the same fucking players. They played that City game with one player they didn't have before. That was Dembele. After that, the rest of them all came, and that just showed. Don't. I'm just sorry. I'll be good now. Rob, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hold on a second. I have to do my my daily advent calendar shot real quick.
Okay, hold on.
Boy.
You all right? All right, anything else?
Okay.
All right, there you go. There you go.
No, it's funny when you said to Chris, like, what's the one thing that, stands out from...
that it wasn't Ronnie.
And the first thing I was going to say was, the support. Like, that's the loudest that that stadium's been, and it was all from us. The fact we went in, bottom of the table, nothing to gain, just play for pride and all that, all those cliches and shit. And, we did. The fans, our fans definitely showed up. And honestly, I mean, I gotta, schedule doctor's appointments better because I seem to end up being at the same fucking doctors at the same time every day when we have, a Champions League game or a qualifier or something. Because, again, I was at the one doctor when we had the Beersheba game, and they was running late, and I was like, come on, man, I got to be home. And I missed the Roberts goal because I was, just getting out of the doctor's office. I pulled up Mob Drill, so I was listening at least in the car driving home. But I was still actually in the office when the goal happened. But no, we held our own, and this is with, for all intents and purposes, and I mean it in a loving way, a kind of a ragtag team that we have put together, and we're holding our own with, potential EPL title contenders. So for people who say, oh, we're, Scottish football shit and all that stuff, well, look how we did against, supposedly the best of England.
Yeah.
If people who say, oh, if you came down to England, you would be in, championship if you're lucky.
Oh, okay, don't get me started with Robbie Savage and all that bullshit, too. Little fucking dickhead. Hey, let me ask you this. Give me a jog on reality for this. If I had told you that we would have had 2 draws in the Champions League against Man City, okay, and the only player we would have added to Ronnie's team would have been Dembele, would you have told me to jog on, or you said Yaldi?
I would have said jog on. I would not have let, no, get the fuck out of here. There's no way.
Get the fuck out of here. Chris, you with on that one or what?
I mean, going back to when we had the draw, I distinctly remember, us talking about how we're going to do in the draw against Barcelona, Man City, and Borussia Mönchengladbach, and looking back on it now, you would have thought that the two matches that we had, the most to gain from would have been against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and yeah, we got the the draw away, and we lost the heartbreaker at home.
Let me ask you this: if I had told you that we were getting 2 points, we were going to get 3 points, and 2 of them were going to be from away matches, is that another one of those? No way.
I don't know that there's no way, because I think anytime Celtic play at home.
Yeah, but we got 2 of the 3 points away from home.
I get that. Just let me finish. Shit.
Oh, sorry.
So I guess what I'm saying is that if you had told me that we would have gotten 3 points and they would have all been away from home, I would have said no way. No, I mean going away in Europe has been a detriment for the Hoops for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wouldn't put a lot of stock in that, but I would think that out of that group, had we not got anything away, that we would have got something at home. Like if we were going to get anything out of the group, we would have gotten it at home. So yeah, that's surprising. It's awesome to see, and it's awesome to watch. But going back into September, I would have been like, I don't know.
I wouldn't have bought that. There's no way. Listen, I didn't buy it. I said we'd get 1 point. I'm glad to be 300% wrong.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be 300% wrong.
Obviously, I'm disappointed that we're not progressing at least into Europa League or whatever. But I'm not, from what I've seen, the heart that we've played with. We had a tough group. There's no bones about it. We tried. I think that's the biggest takeaway and the biggest difference, from our past European campaigns. Our best compared to our last season to play. Period. We tried, and there definitely was effort made.
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes. If I were to break down that 1-1 draw into one word, it would have been brave. It would have been brave, absolutely brave. I thought the way they controlled the game for certain periods of time, and the way they played on the front foot for lots of it, impressed way up. And even against Barcelona for that matter, at home, I thought that was brave. And by the way, the goal, Roberts, what did you think of the celebration against his team, his parent team? What did you think of that one?
I forget how he did, to be honest. I know I looked back and I saw the highlights, but I honestly forget what he did.
He gave a little kiss to the air, a little arm wave, a little fist pump.
Did he?
Oh yeah, he didn't do it like a Cristiano Ronaldo when he scored against Sporting and he put his head down and said, "I'm really, really sorry." He was kind of excited. Right. He was a little excited. Chris, what do you think about celebrating against your team? I mean, he could have pulled a Mo Bangura and not scored at all, but
I was looking at stuff online, because it got posted up on Reddit, and it was up really high, and a lot of people were saying City fans, oh, I was at the game, I was at the pub, whatever, blah blah blah, and they were applauding his goal and everything.
Oh yeah.
They didn't care that he scored. I guess they're on the flip side of it. They had nothing to lose in this game, so they didn't give a shit.
Right.
But they're just he's basically he's our boy. He's our product and stuff. So it's hey, he scored a goal. It's a big goal, and hopefully we get to see more from him like that.
Is he really? That sad part is, what, Rev? Is he really their product? It's like he came directly from Tottenham.
Yeah, right.
He was there for a couple months, and now he's here. But anyway, he scored the goal. After that, I mean, there was that one good save from Gordon, and the one who wasn't. Let me ask you this, guys. I mean, when Gordon goes with that first goal and everyone goes frickin' bananas, I mean, do you have those people on your? We're going to go through this again. Do you have the analyze your Twitter feed? Do you have people that just go dark right away? They go like straight to the dark side. Like Gordon must be sacrificed. Like as soon as he gives up any goal ever.
I'm reading everything on Twitter with a grain of salt at this point. So so like when I see somebody post something like that, I'm like, yeah, okay, it just may be reactionary or whatever. But I mean, the other, I think he had 2 or 3 other pretty decent saves in that match.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly.
The one was left and he pulled it back out. Yeah.
Like, yeah, the goal that City scored, against us. I mean, that was a that was a good shot. I mean, that's just all you. I mean, you just chalk it up to that and go, look, they got one, but he made 3 other pretty decent saves. So, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah. Rev, do you have those people on your Twitter feed too, or am I just the only one?
A few. It's a bit more, I think, just reactionary. And that's expected. I mean, especially since he's been here how many, a few years. So you're going to get the people that, and I don't necessarily disagree with them on principle. And I don't mean specifically about Gordon, but just in principle, like, someone's here for a while and, they kind of, fuck up and it's just a couple games in a row or whatever, then it's just like, all right, we need to change, we need to freshen up, and it's, get him out kind of thing, or, make a change. I understand that, I get that. But, what are you going to do? I don't say, immediately, one mistake like that, and it's, throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it a mistake. Yeah. It was just, he hit it in a place that's like between his arm and his head. That's a tough one to go ahead and moving too, by the way. So,
right.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
When you say Kelechi Iheanacho, and however you say his name, that's just a fun name to say when you can say it.
Who?
The guy who scored the goal.
Oh yeah, Iheanacho. What's his name? Iheanacho.
Kelechi Iheanacho.
Iheanacho. Gotcha. Okay.
That is a fun name to say.
Whenever you can, get the marbles out and pronounce it. Yeah. But no, like he's a young kid. He's got a lot of. It looks like he's got a lot of promise. I mean, yeah, he's a tough guy to stop. But yeah, no, it's going to happen. The Champions League, you're going to be up against really good strikers. It's not like something he got 5 holds and he should have stopped it. It was a hard one to block.
Right.
Or even get to at all. So
that was right. I mean, literally right at his head. He took some stick for that. I thought it was kind of odd that he was going to get that, but I don't know. I think people jump out of the window a little too quickly on that.
Right. And even going after that, like, we could have won that game. The Dembele shot where he took the shot or whatever, and then he got the rebound and then put it in the netting.
Hey, listen, you know what? I mean, you can give me that one, and you could also give me, maybe a win at Mönchengladbach. I mean, Iheanacho. There you go. Thank you, Combat Buddy. There you go, Iheanacho. I'm assuming John knows everything, so that's just how he rolls.
He is pretty smart.
He is very smart. He's probably, of anyone, he's our Stuart Armstrong. Maybe even our Craig Gordon.
At the same time, I'm not going to say like, Dembele missed that goal. He should, that's a sitter. He should have had it.
No, but I mean, you have a couple. You have that. You have the. If McGregor, puts one away, against, puts it away, in the 1v1 at Mönchengladbach. I mean, it's you're in the draw this weekend. So it's just. I'll put it this way: like the name of the show, ahead of schedule. For us to even if you had told me I was going to just get Dembele and that's all I was going to play, everyone else is going to be a Ronnie player, and Brendan Rodgers is going to come here, and you're going to be 2 shots away from progressing into into Europa and getting the money out of Champions League, I'd have called you an absolute whack job and told you go back and abuse your meds.
Yep.
Never would have bought that for a second. Never would have bought that for a second. But anyway, Robert scores the goal there, and then we get into Thistle, and Thistle we end up winning 4-1 with no help from Craig Thompson, who was an absolute fucking poof.
Actually, we did get some help. I'm not gonna.
Which one was that one?
We did get a little.
The Gordon thing?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, not we got like an oh my god what a favor, but that was he made the wrong call. I think he made the wrong call, but he made the judgment call based on his position and all that shit, and in the moment, looking back and everything, I think he made the wrong call. But from where he was, and in the moment, he probably thought like it was a given.
Do you really think he kicked him? You think he touched him? He touched him to the point where we brought him down? Because he took the 2 steps before he went down.
From the view from behind the goal, it looks like he definitely, not hard, but he made contact. And if it's contact by the goalie outside the box, it's not a penalty, but it's a red card. It's a straight red card, if I'm not mistaken. If it would have been, I think, if it's inside the box, it's a yellow, but a penalty kick. Outside the box, it's a straight red. But yeah, like I had the BT feed, and they're saying like the guy from Thistle, like he fucked himself because he took just such a terrible touch on the ball, and he put it so far in front of himself.
Yeah.
If he actually would have controlled it better, then that bad touch forced Gordon to kind of do that, go after him like that. If he would have had better control, play would have happened totally different. I agree with that. But yeah, no, I think he definitely got it. Now, yeah, I mean, not that Thompson did us like an oh my god, yeah, such a huge favorite, but I think at the end of the day, it was the wrong call. But
their first goal was offsides. Their first goal was offsides. The guy's offside, clearly offsides from that. True. He gets it right the second time. But I mean,
right?
I mean, I don't know. What I do want though is I want a closed match, locked in, shirts and skins. Craig Thompson versus Chris Sutton. Death match. That's what I want. I want those two to go shirts and skins and just see who wins. And whoever wins gets to talk shit about the other one.
Just the S3 rules, no holds barred.
No holds barred. Nope. I just want to see. Because I want to see. I mean, I want Chris to be on top of him, punch him in the face, and call him "you fucking bottler," and punch him, and see Craig Thompson just get mad and try and punch him back. That would be fucking funny as shit. I would laugh my ass off. That would be fucking hilarious. I would pay to see that. I don't. Who cares about whoever UFC fights come up next? I want to see that. Then Randy, Macho Man Savage go over the top of the chair and beat someone in the head with it. I mean, that'd be awesome. Go straight WWE right after that. Stands go crazy. Everyone beats the shit out of Craig Thompson. There's no one rooting for him. That would be awesome. Think of that. Like the 80s stuff. Who was the Russian guy and all that got his ass kicked every time and no one rooted for him? And then who was that? Ivan Drago? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, come on, help me out here. That's all I got. That's all I got for old WWF. Who was that guy? Do you remember?
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name.
Russian bear or
He was
something?
always with, fucking, oh shit, now I can't remember his name.
Oh, well. Another,
The Iraqi guy.
exactly.
Well, if you're not following the Iron Sheik on Twitter,
Yes,
Iron Sheik, there you go. I am not following the Iron Sheik on Twitter, but I guess I should.
he is pretty fucking funny.
Is he?
That's all.
Well,
Yeah.
we got that. That's not bad. Yeah, so anyway,
It's no Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but
oh, look at you dropping names. Nice. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So let's see, we got Armstrong, Griffiths, and McGregor. So my question for you, out of those three matches, we have 8-9 goals, and one from the striker. None of them called Dembele. So, I guess my question leads up to this. I mean, is it time to let Griff play up top? Let Dembele sit for a little bit?
I want to see them parting together.
He's not going to do that.
I kind of want to see that too.
Yeah, me too, but he's not going to do that. And let me tell you about the difference here's the difference between Ronnie, okay, and the rest of them. You ready? Between when Ronnie was in charge and this time. The amount of people bitching about playing two up front is almost zero compared to when Ronnie was doing it. And Ronnie was coaching, okay? Meanwhile, we're one draw in the league, and we're about a plus 31 the goal difference. Mm-hmm. So that's they're killing it that way. But Brandon comes out and he says, I won't be pushed into starting anybody. I won't be talked into starting Griffiths over Dembele. I mean, what does he need? What do you guys think? What does Brendan need to say, okay, Griff, you go ahead and here's your number 9 jersey, you just go play?
I think. Let me carefully craft how I'm going to say this. I think that this is pure me speculating things, but I think Griffiths has been told that, look, we're biding you some time because the offers are going to come in for Dembele, right? And Griffiths is a long-term commitment to Celtic, more so than probably Dembele. But having said that, he's going to get some matches coming up just because of the sheer number of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep a striker fresh, so everybody needs to relax and say, look, well, if you're not giving Griffiths games, that was Brendan Rodgers coming out and saying, like, look, nobody's going to make me do anything. I'm going to put out a team, whether anybody likes it or not, that I think is going to be the best based on how they're feeling and training and how they've performed in the last couple of games, whatever he comes up with. So I think everybody just needs to take a deep breath and go, okay, at this point we're going to have to trust Brendan Rodgers to put out the team that's going to win the game. And then just leave it at that. I mean, the speculation thing is like, well, Griffiths didn't get in the game, and he wants away, and that's bullshit, man.
He's not going to
relax.
No, he's not
Everything's going to be okay. If he starts Griffiths, fantastic. If he starts Dembele, fantastic. I think we're beyond the threshold for the season. Like, when before Griffiths got hurt, if Griff wasn't starting, we were a little bit apprehensive until Dembele came on, and you're like, holy shit, this guy's incredible, blah, 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 blah. And then it just goes back and forth. This is a good problem to have.
Oh, God, yes. I want the two of them. So, yeah, because I'd rather this than, oh, fuck. You gotta be kidding me, right? Yeah. I gotta put Chifty in.
No, fuck that.
I had 50. What? No way. Someone help me out here.
Dirk Bo Richter.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just going to say that.
Another great one there. So, yeah, I mean, since Paul isn't here, I'm going to go ahead and say this because he doesn't want me talking about us selling people. I asked a question today on Twitter, and I kind of got roasted for it, but would either one of you be upset if we sold Dembele in January for $20 million?
I would be
We went
upset
back out.
Go ahead, Rob, I'm sorry.
if we don't bring somebody right away.
Got it.
If we sold him but brought someone in like
Same
quality,
window. Same window?
it doesn't have to be a name. Yeah, same window. But like immediately brought someone in like a like for like, switch in the same window,
Yeah.
I'd be okay with it.
Chris?
Yeah, I mean, if $20 million comes in for Dembele, because I saw a tweet earlier today, I think it was today, that it was 20 million plus Roberts. Dembele goes to Man City. And
That would mean you're giving us $35 million for Dembele? Okay.
yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
So, like, I read that, and I kind of put it in context. I'm like, okay, so you get Patty Roberts, right? And, yeah, now you've got $35 million to go get another striker, like for like, same window. Okay.
You got $30 million from the Champions League.
At the same time.
And $20 million if you told him $20 million, that's $50 million sitting there in the bank.
And how much are you going to get for Chris Commons?
Fuck all right now. I mean, he's gonna. I think he goes out on loan. I think I read that he was that Neil wants him at Hibs, so I would be all for it. Go ahead, go get him. You're not gonna sell him for anything. He's out of contract in May. So I mean, just go ahead and go. Let him go play for 6 months. Let him help Hibs get up. I'm not happy about what happened with him either, but I mean, it's kind of hard to argue considering, I mean, who would you take off? You're not going to take Rogic off for him, are you?
No.
So, and you're not going to take Armstrong off for him, so, and he ain't going to play on the wing, not with the piano that he drags behind him. So, so, I mean, I'm not saying that to be negative, I'm just saying that he's just not as pacey, and you're not going to take Sinclair off for him, you're not going to take the way Forrest started. I mean, so where does he play? And that's the sad part. I mean, and then that takes us right back to Griff also. I mean, KC scores 30 goals, and then you have Griffith score 40. I mean, you're just not in favor of the next season.
Did you see the article this week? I want to say it was by Hartson. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Like the 5 players or whatever who must go.
Yeah.
In January.
Yeah.
And like he goes through like the obvious, like FA and Shifty and shit like that. And then the last one he says is, Chris Commons, and he says like this is the one who stands out as like the odd man out, and is the 300,000 one of the biggest bargains to the club for what he's returned.
100 goals.
Yeah, almost 100 goals.
Yeah.
8 trophies and all that stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, he's done a lot, and it sucks, like, but it's just, he's been here for a while,
yeah,
up there in age, and there's younger guys, and it's just the way it is,
yeah,
and you just hold your head up, and you did good, people will sing your name, and that's
always welcome.
You'll always be
always love him and his wife, 100%. 100%. It's interesting if you think about it. Bruni's got 11 trophies, which is going to go on, at least one more. Think about this. You ready? Even Commons, for that matter. This is the golden age that we live in right now as Celtic supporters. The Celtic has 100 trophies in the cabinet. Commons has 8% of them.
Hmm.
That's a big number. Bruni, 11%. 11 of the 100 trophies his name's on. That's a big.
Kind of fucking crazy when you think about
That's
it.
a big number. That really is. That's a big number to think about. And when you start to put that in context with what other people have won, I mean, Bruni's going to get 2 or 3 or 4 more trophies. I mean, I'm starting to think the 10 in a row chant. Here we go, 10 in a row is really domestic silverware. The hell with 10 leagues in a row. I think the way things are going now, they can win 10 domestic tournaments in a row. 2, 3 trebles in a row. I mean, it's crazy the way they're playing right now.
Did you happen to see the post-game interviews from Thistle?
Yes.
Did you catch Armstrong's comments?
About which one? About what?
Just basically like the question was like a generic like, oh, you're doing good, how do you feel, blah 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 kind of thing. And he's just like, good to be back in the team, good to be scoring goals, which personally I'm glad that he's having a renaissance like this season. Like I said before, like now I've got an Armstrong jersey, so I don't feel kind of like a dipshit like last season. It's like, man, he's not doing shit. I feel like such a jackass, but whatever. But no, like I feel glad that feel good that he's scoring and like starting in Champions League. But anyway, so no, he said the comment like he feels good to be back in the team, blah blah blah, and then feels good to be playing
in the middle,
back in the middle,
to be recognized
like,
that he should be in the middle.
It is.
Yep, it was great for Brendan to recognize that I should be playing in the middle.
So.
Is that, Chris? Is that another parting shot at our dear departed Ronnie?
I mean, yeah, you take it for what it is. I mean, we've all said it. Eagles playing out of position. So,
Duh.
I mean,
thank you, Captain Obvious.
You take that for what it. Yeah, you take that for what it's worth. I mean, yeah, it's a parting shot. It's like, look, he's the best when he plays in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, end of discussion. I mean, he is so much better if he plays in the middle as opposed to on either side. I mean, he just that's just a natural place to put him. Now, with GMS coming back,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think GMS and Armstrong both. I think they play well together, and I think it's just because they played with each other long enough.
Whoa. Played in the same team together. Let's not say play with each other. No.
You know what I mean? Oh, man.
Mind up the gutter.
Filthy-minded son of a bitch. I'm just saying that they have played
together
enough
on the same team.
In the same team.
There you go.
That they can kind of anticipate stuff, and in watching the Thistle match, there were a couple of times that they kind of linked up that I was like, I like that. I like how they are able to put a pass where they know it should be.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I mean, look at the Champions League game. He was on for 4 seconds. Next thing you know, he's getting played through, and he's got a chance to he gets whatever the goalkeeper's name was, Caballero or whatever, just goes ahead and makes a great save on him. But I mean, you would assume that you'd have to knock some rust off to be game ready. He walked right in there and put him right through. Right through GMS. I mean, I thought, you know what, guys? I forgot all about that, and thanks, Chris, for bringing it up. I mean, that to me, that made me love. If there's a way to love Brendan Moore, him putting GMS on in the Champions League, I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I thought was absolutely phenomenal. I thought that was awesome for him to do. Now, did Henderson get a run out in the Champions League? Anybody remember?
At all, I don't think so.
I know Baton has. Hendo or Christie? I'll have to check and see. I know that would be everyone else in the midfield. But I'll check and see if Christie got on late or Henderson got on late. But that's a big one. And let's see, John just said if McCarthy does turns up big if, what happens to Armstrong? I really think McCarthy ends up becoming a chance for Bruni to wind down. I don't think Armstrong and him are going to be in the same spot. I think McCarthy's more of I assume that's what I've read and watched him a little bit, that he's more of an enforcer, but more of a Bruni style. But Armstrong, McCarthy does show up. That's a big one. What do you think about that one? If McCarthy does come from Everton, Chris, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know, man. That's a really tough call because who's not going to get playing time if McCarthy? I mean, because if you bring McCarthy in, he's going to be starting. So yeah, you're going to have a little bit of a worry just of who's not going to get time. I mean, is it going to be Armstrong, or is it going to be Bruni, or is it going to be I mean, is Beaton out the door?
Oh, Beaton, come on!
I don't
know. I want to say we've seen the last of him for quite a while, unless something happens and gets injured. I mean, I can't see him working his way back. I think him and Beaton Beaton and Bayard are the two that have worked their way to the back of the bus.
Oh yeah,
way back, like
but again,
right behind it.
Who if McCarthy comes in January, I mean, who are you? Who's not going to get time the rest of the season?
Well, it's going to be Armstrong.
Yeah.
It's got to be Armstrong. I mean, John's right. It's got to be Armstrong.
We just spent the last 8 minutes talking about how good Armstrong has been now that he's been where he needs to be playing in the first place.
Yep. Which, I mean, people get hurt. I mean, listen. I mean, and think about it. I mean, Sinclair's been gone for a couple weeks. Forrest is now hurt. Griffiths, no one would have thought Griffiths would have been displaced, but he got hurt and then he never came back. He hasn't had a chance to really come back and claim a spot again. So, I mean, people, those injuries, those things happen. That's just, the question remains, do you honestly believe that, Armstrong is a Champions League player? Do you think he showed you enough to say, yeah, he's someone that we can keep and build around? Remember, he's only 23.
I mean, I think we could probably have the same discussion this time next year, or sometime later, August, September, going into Champions League next year is how much has he improved since this point?
Mm-hmm.
If I mean, let's say, and I don't want him to get injured, but let's say he gets injured or takes knock or something, and somebody else comes in and steps up in his place and does fantastic. It's hard to put somebody back in there, and now they're behind, and and it goes into the summer, and I mean,
McCarthy's an Irish international. I mean, the guy's going to play.
Yeah,
he's going to play. He's going to play if he comes. The question is, how much does Everton want for him? That's the question. $15 million? Yeah, they're not paying $15 million for him. He's under contract, I think, till 2020. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know. I really don't think it's going to, unless something out of this world takes place. I don't see that situation happening. I really don't. I guess that goes back to if we sold Dembele for 20. I mean, if let's say they did, if they sold him for 20, what would happen? What's interesting is I got a couple tweets back that basically said, well, we've seen what the club does when they get money. They don't do anything. And I said, well, that's the club with Ronnie and John Park and everything else involved. Do you guys think, or I'll put it this way, do you think the club would be run differently now versus with Ronnie and John Park in charge of transfers and talent search and everything else?
What do you mean that they are being run differently?
Do you think they would go after a different level of player? Go get a finished article, or do you think they make $20 million, put in the bank, and then go get another Dembele somewhere?
Yeah, I think it's different. I think
go find another Sinclair, Tyler.
Well, I honestly think it's because of Citeh coming up that there's that little bit nipping at the heels that they need to be a little more proactive. I do think that plays into it a bit. That last season was not, wasn't up to par. I think if we had a better season last year, and they just would have kept the status quo, and they would have kept going after the more diamonds in the rough that they have been, and banking the money. And I wouldn't even say banking the money and building a war chest, just banking the money, period.
Chris, do you think they can unearth, not just a diamond rough, do you think they can unearth another 2 or 3 Sinclairs?
I mean, it's entirely possible.
Do you think those types of players want to come play for Brendan?
I mean, I think those players are out there that do see what's going on. That's really good at Celtic at the moment, and want to be a part of it. I mean, should we be putting any stock in whether or not we can unearth another Sinclair or another Dembele or something? I mean, what's what is the correct choice? I mean, is it hold with what you have and build from there, or is it better to continually try to look for the next thing? And I mean,
that's the question.
Honestly, I think you got to do both.
That is the question, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that is the question. Is if stupid money comes in for Dembele,
yes,
I mean that's going to help you in another position that you may not be as strong, coming in off the bench. Like, luckily, what would we do as a club if we didn't have an Izaguirre? I mean,
the defense is one of the places that we don't have tons of people. Correct.
Exactly. So, I mean, you at some point you've got to look at the rest of the squad and go, where do we need more support? And quite honestly, I mean, if I'm going to take my druthers, if Dembele doesn't get sold in January or whatever, I think we would need to strengthen the back, probably more so than anywhere else, just because of the number of people that have performed this season. Forrest, for example. Forrest, he was a big question mark, He comes in, and he's been spot on perfect. I mean, Bruni's been perfect. I mean, perfect being, relative, but you know what I'm saying.
Perfect fit for the matches, yes.
They have performed better under Brendan Rodgers than they ever did under Ronnie. And
yes, that is a fair assessment.
That is, if you're going to rebuild the entire club, I don't know that you need to rebuild it, but at the same time, you do need to be reinforcing the stuff that's there so that if something happens, you don't miss a beat. I mean, Izzy has been tremendous stepping into the role that Kieran Tierney left. I just we're in such high altitude as far as what could be and what couldn't be, and this, that, and the other. And at some point, I've got to turn it off and just say, look, Brendan Rodgers is in control. He knows what's going on. He sees it day in, day out. He knows things that people on Twitter or people,
Oh, yeah, of
podcasts
course.
or whatever.
Right.
We'll never know.
We know zero. Yes.
At some point, I got to throw my hands up and go, look, if he thinks we need a James McCarthy or something like that, I'm going to trust him at this point. I think he's earned my trust now that, he can do whatever he needs to do, because I think as a collective unit, there's something that has been built when we brought in Brendan Rodgers that wasn't there when Ronnie was there, and that is a camaraderie. Really,
he did break the clique, you would say.
Yes, the old cabal, if you will.
He did. Rev, what do you think? Do you think do you think that it's something that the club would really would go after? I mean, do you think do they get the diamond in the rough, or do they just get another Sinclair?
Well, that's
which one do you try for first? Let's put it that way.
Well, no, I think I think the kind of mindset now has shifted with Brendan Rodgers, being there, and we raised it before, and you just reminded me again. Now we've kind of opened the door to another kind of echelon of players who will want to come in and play for him. Do I think Scott Sinclair would come in and play for Ronnie Diallo? Probably not. Would that be the not saying like if the money was right, I'm sure he would. But if would that be the deciding factor? No. But I see like now that flip it, coming to Celtic, money maybe. I mean, I don't know, exactly what's getting paid, and if it was more or less, whatever, he's getting at Aston Villa, whatever. And it's just like, better chance playing in Champions League. Yeah, it's always nice. But getting to play with Brendan Rodgers, yeah, I could see that. So hopefully that can be kind of the that last little, the icing on the cake and the cherry on top and everything that will entice players to come. So, we don't have to go for the cheap diamond in the rough players. Hopefully turn out into something. Because, you saw what happened. When we get a diamond in the rough player and they turn out into something great, it works fantastically for us.
Until?
When they don't turn out into anything, we're stuck with a shit player.
So before we end on this stuff, so is Armstrong a Champions League player? Do we need to get somebody?
I think it's too early to tell, to be perfectly honest. I don't think he did bad at all. Like, he seemed to do all right. If we can get better, get a better player, better quality player at his position, fuck it, yeah. I'd say let's get someone better. And that's nothing against him, but, if we want, the point is to win and be better. So,
come out better and stronger from the window?
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you. Chris, enough of this serious stuff. Let me ask you a question. Since you work in construction, where can we get a green hard hat?
Dude, as soon as I saw that, I went, okay, while that's kind of like really cringeworthy kind of stuff, I personally thought, at the same time, because I do have to wear an actual hard hat sometimes, I was like, where can I get a Celtic hard hat? Yeah. I mean, because the hard hat that I wear now has got a big Green Brigade sticker on it. So,
of course it does.
I've already got that covered.
Of course it does. So so we don't know what we're talking about. There's this thing on Twitter, I guess. I don't know if this is true or not true, but apparently, is that picture I've seen of a Rangers release fake? Like, don't do the bouncy. Tell me that's fake, or else the ceiling will fall in.
No, I'm pretty sure that's legitimate.
I believe it.
Yeah, is that legit? You think? I saw it, and I didn't even spend time going looking for it because I didn't want to waste my day. But if that's legit, that's funny as shit. I guess they're saying don't actually do the bouncy because we can't guarantee the roof not falling in. That's pretty funny stuff. So if that's the case, would Celtic really? I mean, would Celtic send people there if the roof would really cave in? Would they take the tickets for that?
That's a good point.
That's the question I have. I mean, I think it's pretty funny looking at it and saying, okay, well, I'm going to get your Sunday hard hats here for for New Year's Day, but isn't that kind of weird? I mean, just kind of odd. This whole thing with.
Side note, do they do that kind of like promotional stuff? Like, oh, it's like Teeny Baby Day, and first 10,000 fans going to be like. Do they do that stuff over there?
I've never seen anything. That's a good one. No, I've never seen anything like that.
Hard Hat Day.
Yeah, get a hard hat here today. All 3,000 fans get one. I've never seen one. I've never seen anything like that there. But a bobblehead day or something like that would be actually pretty funny. I don't know. I don't know if the club if the club knows what's going on. That's what made me think that letter wasn't real. Because if that letter was real, I don't see why the club would send anyone there. I don't know. I don't know. That's just weird. And then you back that up with a couple of Rangers players saying that the league's not over yet. I mean, they're partially true. I mean, the league really isn't over until May, but I mean, their ability to win it ended a long time ago. I guess their drive for 55 is 55 points, but I guess that's what it is. Going for 55 points, I assume. So we're done with this. We're done with everything we talked about. Next thing is Hamilton tomorrow. Who's going to be in the cone? Who's working tomorrow?
I'll be in the cone. I actually may have an opportunity that I can split screen it in the office, but as of right now, I've enjoyed the last little bit with the cone, just coming home and getting to watch it, with a beer in hand is always the preferred viewing method. So,
have you live tomorrow?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be watching it.
You're watching live? I will say this. I'll probably get a chance to watch some of it. The interesting part is this. Rev, I don't know if you get any of this, but I know, Chris, you do. Celtic TV has been immaculate the last 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah?
For me, it has. It really has. I can't.
You know you're fucked, right?
I'm what? Oh, yeah. Tomorrow I won't work for shit. Yeah, I know. It won't work for shit tomorrow, and I'll miss the game, and I'll miss whatever. But it literally has been, and the fact that I can use it on my Android device with the native Chrome browser is
oh, really?
and crystal clear on 4G. Yeah, I gotta say, I mean they've upped their game, and I've had no problems here lately.
Did
so
you
whatever
sell
they've done is
yourself to
really
the
good.
devil or something? Like,
I don't know if I complained enough and if they gave me like Uncle Peter's direct line. I don't know, but no, I don't know, man. It's been really, really good. I really can't complain. I really can't complain. Yeah. So that'll mean I get to see the Hamilton game. You guys want to give me a team? Give me a team for tomorrow with Sinclair getting close, Forrest out. Good news that I saw a picture today of KT up and running around. The bad news was he was standing next to Scott Allen.
oh, is he?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Because he's back from loan from Rotterdam, right?
Yeah, with some type of knee.
Rotterdam.
Yeah, knee injury, so he's back training, rehabbing here. Here, well, in Glasgow. But team, like, anyone want to give me a team? I see Gordon. Izzy will play.
I think you're going to see the same. I think you'll see the same team that played it against Thistle. Quite honestly.
Think so? You think?
Yeah.
You don't think Jose comes back in and then Campbell goes to the bench?
I think that'd probably be the only switch.
Yeah, at least it goes out wide. Jose comes in because they don't play again. They play again Saturday, and then they'll get Dundee at home. Brown, Armstrong, Patty, Rogic, GMS, and Griff.
Yeah.
Does he bring Dembele in? You think?
Well, he might. I mean,
2 assists and a goal.
I'm at the point where there's really not much of a team like I can't complain about. You know what I mean?
Because they score goals.
There's not much of a line. Yeah.
They win.
There's no lineup where I'm like, oh, fucking this guy's out. Like, why? You know, pretty much all the typical starters. I mean, yeah, there's players that, like, if you're going to start, McGregor and Christie and stuff like that, so, like, that's a head scratcher, but that's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen, that it's going to be this random lineup like that.
Right.
But I pretty much trust what we're going to see, and, 1, 2, little changes here and there, I'm okay with. And, yeah, like I said, there's really nothing that, with what we have, that it's going to get put out that I'll be like, what the fuck is this happening?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, just keep the back four. Keep the back four healthy. Let's just keep everyone healthy until we get to January 1st. And then I want to fucking just put the fucking boot in them and just end their fucking lives that day. Just end all of them.
We have 3 more games this month, right? Or 4?
Oh gosh, I think there was 9 total, and we played 4. 1, 2, 3.
You got 5 games.
5 games left.
Oh, we have 5 left?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, all the way through. And Chris, are you including January 1st?
No.
Against the
I
zombies.
think that would make 6.
6 until January 1st with the zombies. That's right.
Oof.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're going to get a chance to play.
It's on Hogmanay, though. That's the 31st, not the 1st.
I thought it was January 1st. Okay, it's New Year's Eve. Okay.
No,
okay, even better. So that's awesome. You know why? Because that's going to be like a 3:00 game, which is 10 o'clock here. Then I have the 2 college football playoffs, and then I can go to bed. Dude, New Year's Eve is for amateurs. Admit it. New Year's Eve, like getting all dressed up and going on New Year's Eve, that's for amateurs.
it is, or people that don't drink, but like once a year.
There you go. The New Year's Day, drinking on New Year's Day, that is for professionals. Because everyone else is hungover.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what.
Right.
Hey, when does the Advent calendar end? When is your drinking Advent calendar done?
When Advent ends?
Yeah.
Which is Christmas?
Christmas, right? Yeah. So you can't add a couple more to that and just go, like take it right through New Year's? Like the Advent Plus calendar?
I probably will, because I realized I was just like, man, this is like the most consecutive, I think, well, if I go to the whole, the whole Advent calendar, I'm like, this will be like the most consecutive I think that I've ever really drank. Like straight 25 days. I don't think I've ever drank more than like 2 weeks straight.
Well, I don't think they mean like a shot. Like when people say I drank 25 days, like they get fucked up and pissed 25 straight days.
No, yeah, but I mean, that's, in college, but, now. But just to say, like, I don't think I've ever, like, of any sort of level of alcohol, I've never...
That consecutive days. Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
Just when everyone else is getting off it, you're getting on it.
I'm like, I kind of want to, just do the month just to say, like, I did the month. I don't know.
Who's getting off of it though?
Me, I'm off of it.
What?
Listen, I'm off of it. I have to. At some point in time, I have to, I was doing really good until I went to Athens with you and Tank. And next thing I know, it's the amount of beer I had the worst heartburn for like 3 days, after that shit. So, no beer for me. I'm trying to totally go out. I think the whole month of January, I'm going to go ahead and prove to myself that I'm not alcoholic and I don't have to drink.
Oh, it's just that one trip to Athens. Just do that.
I know. One trip to Athens. Exactly. That's exactly what it is until I go to Spain, and then in January, and then I'll have to go ahead and.
Yeah, but are you not fixing to go to Cabo San Lucas
tomorrow? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there won't be any alcohol consumed in either.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not. It's not to. I'm not going there to drink the entire time.
I know, but
oh yeah, it's a lie.
Like water down there.
And what about Christmas? No coquito on Christmas?
Dude, I mean, see, this is exactly why I weigh 7,000 pounds. There's always a little something in between where I want to do well, but then, social pressures of holidays and events make me have to do things that I really shouldn't do. This sucks.
Hey, I gotta say though, my white bread wife, who's half Ukrainian and half Irish, makes a mean fucking coquito.
Well, she's gonna have to come down to Savannah so she can make us some. That's our next trip. We that or Savannah or Cleveland, one of the two. We got to make that out. We got to make that happen. Do a show from Savannah or Cleveland. Pick one. We got. Oh, actually, I take it back.
It'd be a lot easier for Savannah.
But apparently no. We got March. If we end up going to, we all end up going with those guys to Philly for whatchamacallit, St. Patrick's Day. If that ends up happening.
Yeah, it's the weekend before the Thursday night in the Bronx at Island 32 with the Bronx Boys. Get on a bus. Head out to Wildwood on the Friday. Go to what's the name of the bar?
Angeli something.
Yeah, and Angelisa's, and then back over to the Plow on Saturday. Be there Saturday and Sunday. Then
crawl home.
Try to pick up your liver. Yeah, crawl onto it.
See if Delta's willing to go ahead and check my liver all the way back to Davenport or back to Myrtle Beach or to Athens. Please, just check my liver back. Don't damage it, please. It's already swollen.
Do they still have lockers at like airports?
No.
You can just like leave your liver there.
No. It would be smart though. Would be smart.
Yeah.
If you go to the Plow, just ask John Joe. Listen, I give you a box. We put it in the cooler, and I'll be back in a little while to come and pick it up. Yeah, John Joe will take care of it. He'll leave it. Don't let it be exposed. It'll dry out a little bit. Just leave my liver here, and I'll be back in a little bit to pick it up. That's what I need because I don't know what happens, but every time I go to Philadelphia recently, it's like I need major amounts of milk thistle. And by the way, if you have, milk thistle is like the best thing ever. It's a liver cleanser. Helps you go ahead and defeat alcohol in the liver. So, 2,000 milligrams of that a day will help you go ahead and not get cirrhosis as fast.
I'm not even real sure what this is.
Milk thistle. Dude, it's a pill you take. It's a supplement. Works like a charm.
Is it next to the St. John's wort and everything?
Kind of, yes, exactly. Right next to the St. John's wort and the palmetto. What's the palmetto? Saw palmetto. There you go. Which, if you're old like me, you know why you take saw palmetto, but we'll just leave that there. Just saying. Saw palmetto. The saw palmetto CSC.
Virility.
No. I wish listen. I wish that was my problem, but it's not because it'd be so much easier to fix. That is for men who have a hard time with the older gentlemen who have a hard time with their prostate issues. It's a natural prostatitis decreaser. Now that we've turned this into a total medical show, but yeah, saw palmetto is the bomb, and so is milk thistle.
You are a doctor, so.
Yeah, and I only play one on TV, so it's not like it's a reel or anything. But anyway, give me before we go, go ahead and get us out of here. Predictions for Hamilton. Hamilton home to Hamilton.
This is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Rev. Tomorrow, 3-0.
3-0.
3-0. Chris.
4-0.
4-0. All right, well, that's the case, then I'll go 5-0. Why not? 3, 4, 5. And then Dundee on Saturday. Chris, go ahead. Chris, give me an idea. Dundee on Saturday. What do you think?
I'll go 3-1.
3-1 Dundee at home. Rev?
4-1.
4-1. You know, I'm not going to go. We haven't played that well with against those guys. I'm going to go a cheeky 2-1 home win or 2-0 home win against Dundee. They played them really, really well the other day when I saw them play. So we'll just go with that. I'm going to go with that. That works for me. But anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about?
What's the not to bring us into the Twitter war that's going on, but what's up with the homeboys and the ball boys? They're like square. It's like a square go.
Get out.
Ball boys versus homeboys. Have you not read all of it? I mean, it's.
Are they supposed to have some type of whatchamacallit? Some type of
well,
a square, like a competition or something?
Yeah, and then they were talking about like there's like ball boys mugs and T-shirts and all this kind of stuff. And then I'm sitting there thinking like, Smell the Glove's been around for a little bit longer. Like, we don't have coffee mugs?
No, we don't. You know why? Because no one listens to our shit, and we'd make 4 of them, and I'd be stuck with all 4. Or maybe you would. Would you guys let each take one? Maybe if I made one. If I made them.
Yeah, I would.
How about this? How about instead of Smell the Glove, how about you just go ahead and send everyone a Terrapin glass?
Okay.
Nice.
I'll do that. Or a Creature Comforts.
Creature Comforts, yes. Which was, by the way, if you haven't been to Creature Comforts, you need to get yourself some Creature Comforts. That's some good beer. That is. Rev, find it. Good stuff, man.
I'm looking for it up by me. I can't find it.
Chris, they don't send that out too much, do they?
No, they don't sell any. They don't sell Creature Comforts anywhere in the state of Georgia, except for Athens and Atlanta. So it's extremely rare, as Sean Brennan would say, it's a unicorn.
It is the unicorn till you get there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh shit, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
good stuff.
It's tremendous.
Good stuff. So I was going to ask you. So we've got no mugs. We've got no scarves. We get no T-shirts. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Broadway's got mugs made.
Yeah, they've got all kinds of merch.
That's nice. I'm happy for them.
I think look, I mean, I was saying all that to be halfway funny, which is it's just kind of funny. Well,
why don't we just go with hard hats?
All boys. No, I don't want to do that. That's too much like work.
We call call it Smell the Hat Band.
Yeah. Smell the hat. Well, now, all right. Well, what about this? Now, we had been talking via Twitter with the Colonial,
Yes.
and the Belfast Boy,
Yes.
and the Ball Boys,
Yes.
and doing a
Christmas. Yes.
HailHailMedia
Yes.
spectacular. Is what's the status of that?
I understand that we are. I was talking with Colonial and a couple other people. I believe if I look at the calendar, either like the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in there. So sometime next week. I think the 21st or 22nd was the day we were looking at doing that, and trying to make it so that we could get get everyone together and do a show like that. I'm just waiting to hear back from him as far as the actual dates. But let me look real quick. I think that's exactly what it was. Hold on one second.
Because that's going to be absolute bedlam.
The 21st, I believe. So I'm gonna. So because I got the mix and everything else, so I'll go ahead and host it, and then we'll do a little round robin call in, which should be crazy with Bob and Mark. Oh my God, those guys. Every time I listen to Bob Boys, I literally have to have 3 or 4 beers in order to slow my own brain down to listen to them. It's like being in the port listening to those guys. It really is. They are. I mean, half of what they say I don't catch, and I thought I was good at understanding Scottish. Like I was good at it. I'm not that good at it. Listening to them, I know I'm not that good at it anymore. Just not that good. But yeah, we'll see those guys and put everyone there. See if we can get Stephen Ray on and see if we can have a full-blown full event. So I think it's the 21st, I think, is what those guys want to do. So we'll put that out there and have see if anyone can get a word in edgewise between 9 or 10 of us at one time on Skype. Should be fun. But anyway, so speaking of something interesting before we get out of here, if we haven't said anything interesting at all, I just want to thank everyone. I mean, it's been crazy. I mean, have you guys looked at the stats lately? There must be something really, really cool going on around the club. Because if you look at what's going on around the club right now, or just around what we've got going on HailHailMedia, it is absolutely just out of control. I mean, Homeboys, their last show, their last full show, 8,600 downloads. Colonial, 3,900 downloads. Our last show, 100 plus, almost 3,900 downloads. It's really, 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 really going crazy. HailHailMedia now is right at 2.3 million plays right now. So it's 2.3 million plays, it says. 2,320,501 plays right now. That is absolutely just amazing, and it's just out of control. It's Homeboys between 7,000 and 8,000. We're right at between 3 and 4,000 every time. So this is, I mean, it's amazing that people actually download this shit and listen to it. It's amazing because I mean. It's just crazy. So I love it. Absolutely love it. And especially every time I hear Brendan say supporters, it just drives me a little crazy. So it makes me want to download some more stuff on HailHailMedia. Supporters. Come on, don't admit it. You want to just give yourself a little self-love when you hear him say supporters. It's just like supporters. It's like he's like, come on, don't even lie about it. It's totally true.
Like a little pat on the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank God I'm a Tim.
Thank God I'm a Tim. I was like, oh, supporters. I don't. It's he's growing on me. He's growing on me big time. I don't know what to do.
Sounds like it.
I know. I know. It's sad. But anyway. All right, guys. I'm out. I got to get to bed, and I have a 6 a.m. flight tomorrow, so time for me to get back to work. Get to work on let's see how many limes I can consume between now and the next week.
Right. Well, I mean, I hope you have a wonderful time in Cabo San Lucas.
Yes.
I'll be making 2 trips to the lovely home state of Tennessee. So.
Yeah, but the difference is you'll come back with homemade juice.
I might not. I mean, it just depends.
Got it.
But you'll be able to get the tequila you can't buy at the liquor store here in
That is correct.
the U.S. So.
And I hate tequila. I once lost a renal physiology book to tequila one night, and just from the reverse works of how you drink, and it was no fun. And I've hated tequila ever since, until you go to Mexico and you're like, oh, well, this is tequila? You mean to tell me that Cuervo Glow Link tequila? Well, it is tequila, but it really isn't. Then you realize, oh, shit, this is tequila. This is not bad. You can get some stuff that's as good as some scotch and some whiskeys and stuff. It's actually really good, surprisingly good. So but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for street tacos. That's what I want.
Yes.
Can't wait. Yeah. Cilantro. Yes, a little salsa and a corn tortilla.
Fish.
Yeah, and fish.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what by that point in time, I don't care what they put in it. Fish, shrimp, doesn't matter. It could be a cow's ass. It doesn't really matter at that point in time. The shit's really good. Really, really good.
Fish tacos and Nega Modelo.
Oh, stop it. I'm hungry already. No, and I won't get there until I might land in time for the game, so hopefully I'll be able to catch a little of the game when I get on the ground. So, yep. So, guys, have a great week. We'll see you next week. And Paul, we miss you. He's working, isn't he? I love it.
No, he's at a hockey game.
He's at a fucking Habs game.
Oh, yeah. That's right. By the way, I have a question for you before we let you go. If an MLS Cup final takes place and no one watches it, did it really happen?
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but apparently people said it did. So.
I didn't even know it was on. I woke up in the morning and said, oh, Seattle had won. I'm like, oh, Seattle played? I didn't even know they were playing in it.
Yeah, apparently people said it was like a fairly good game because it went down to like penalty kicks and all that shit. But I'm just like, hey, it's Seattle and Toronto. Why would I give a shit?
Yeah, exactly. That's like the baseball season's over after the Yankees are done, right?
Yeah, and I mean, and it's not even like it's. I mean, yes, I can't even say like there's any matchup in the league that I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that game. There's no real like anything that would keep me like, oh yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the year before, I did like we had a little get together because we won the supporter shield, so we had a day at our bar where our club had the actual trophy, so we had it for the day and stuff, and we watched the cup final because we lost the conference final, so we watched the cup final, and we rooted for Portland against Columbus, who we lost it to, just because, fuck Columbus. But other than that, like, I wouldn't have watched it and I wouldn't have cared, and Portland ended up winning, but yeah, if that wasn't the case, no, I wouldn't have watched it. I wouldn't have cared. But yeah, the team that knocked us out of the playoffs this year got knocked out earlier, so it's like, okay, I have no reason to care, about anyone who makes it. So yeah,
no reason. Me either. All right, boys. I want you to have a good week. Hail, everybody, and thanks for download. This is like 3,000 people. Someone stop me. 3,860 downloads. Do we really have anything that important to say?
Hell no. Furthermore, who the fuck's going to listen?
Especially tonight. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, you know, I'm just thrilled and just to be a small integral little part of it. So hats off to everyone involved, and it's incredible.
It really is. Yeah, I think it shows a new
Humbling.
a new love for the club that we got going on here. New love. I think it's bringing people in. I love it. It's a great time. It is, like I said earlier, this is a golden age for us. So anyway, hey everybody, Rev, love you, man. Take care. Chris, love you too.
You too. Have a good fight.
We'll see you guys later. We'll do. Hello everybody.
Chucky Arlaw.
Chucky Arlaw.
Brick's out now.
And we're out. Take care, boys. Take care.